Hello. Good morning. No, it's not morning. It's late. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. It's not morning. I mean, it's morning somewhere. Not here, though. Good evening. Sorry, I was, late. Yeah. Let me, like, snooze the ads so we get, like, a bit more time. Yeah. And move you guys over there. Good afternoon. Hello, Mr. Manager. Hello, Beck. Hello, Radio. Hello, Floon. Apologies. Where's the... There we go. Alright, so we're actually going to play and finish Steins. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so, like, scatterbrained. But yes. Yeah, we're gonna actually finish Steins. We have to start over because I don't... This is like a... Yeah, this is going to be a while, and I have all of the Steins games, like the whole series. I have it, and I'd like to stream it all with and play it for you guys. So, yes, we're gonna get through it. Yeah, I'd like to start doing more ASMR streams, like, also like regular ASMR, like trigger focused ASMR. I've been looking into ways to do that with a Blue Yeti, so yeah. Hang on. Hang on, it's a little loud. Hello. What I speak now is the absolute truth, not some childish fantasy. No matter how trivial something may seem, it has the potential to shape the future. Have you heard of the butterfly effect? If not, look it up. Then you'll understand how careful you must be. Unfortunately, I didn't understand. If only I had realized how dangerous my actions were, then I wouldn't have lost her. The future wouldn't have turned out like this. But how could I have known? How could I have known that by pressing that button, I would have decided the fate of all mankind? Just think about it. The average human perceives just 1% of his 1% of his environment. We're not nearly as clever as we like to think. We go about our lives oblivious to a million different things that happen around us every day. Even when something catches our eyes, our brain forgets about it a moment later. I want to tell the me back then, don't do anything careless. Don't do anything rash. Don't pretend you didn't see that. Pay more attention. The hand of conspiracy is always closer than you thought. Just waiting for the right moment to strike. I don't know. What is bro yapping about? The universe has a beginning, but it has no end. Infinite. Stars too have a beginning, but they are by their own power destroyed. Finite. History teaches that both those who hold wisdom are the most foolish. The fish in the sea do not know land. If they too hold wisdom, they will be destroyed. It is more ridiculous for men to than for a fish to live on shore. This may also be called God's final warning to those who rebel. Not gonna lie, I thought it was a play on time travel, not that you've played it before. I mean, it's kind of both. It's kind of both. We've traveled back in time to finish Steins. He traveled back in time to 2022 to finish Steins. Jesus Christ, I was back when I was still streaming on a fucking laptop. What's the future like? It's kind of a mess, not gonna lie. I don't know who like kicked a rock or something. I don't know. I think someone like traveled back in time and kicked a rock or something, because like the future is like real fucked up. Also, hang on. I'm going to... Yeah, someone stepped on one too many butterflies. So we can get like everything in it like that. And then I'm gonna move right here. There we go. So I don't want to cover too much up, you know? Is that good? Or do you prefer full screen? Hey, what are you mumbling about? There's no sound from the phone against my right ear. Only silence. Should we good? Okay. I am baking in the summer sun. Sweat only slides down my chin, slowly slides down my chin and drops onto the asphalt. Asphalt. Oh, Corinne. Earth. Okarin, Earth Okarin. The girl is standing in front of me. She calls my name with an inquisitive tilt of her head. We are about to infiltrate deep into enemy territory, yet, despite the imminent risk of death, there's no hint of tension in her innocent childlike features. It goes a lot more in depth than in the show, because, like, this is, like, I forget how many hours this is. This is a multi-hour visual novel crammed into a handful of episodes. But yeah, I cover my phone's mouthpiece and turn to the girl with a finger to my lips. You talking to someone? I nod and put the phone back to my ear. Still no sound from the other side. My contact is wise to maintain silence. The whole area could be bugged. No, I was just talking to someone. Everything is fine. I'm about to infiltrate the assembly hall. Still no reply. Looks like they just want my report. It's too dangerous to waste time talking here anyway. Yeah, Dr. Nakabashi got the jump on us, but I'll make sure he tells us everything. What? The organization is already on the move? I open my eyes wide to match my shocked tone. The girl turns towards me in surprise. I shy, shaking my head as I rub my temples. I see. So that's the choice of Steins. Else, sigh, congru. I speak the parting words, then pocket myself up. Steins. Some know it as fate, others the will of God. You could count on one hand the people in this world who know its true nature. Ah, Waffle, thanks for the head fat. What's a DVD? Is that some kind of ancient technology? Hey, back in my day... Back in my day, we had DVDs. I don't want it to be too loud. In any case, we should begin the infiltration. I advanced toward Radican, which is just across... In Japan, there's still DVD stores? Really? That's cool. I like that. I think that's cool that they still have stuff like that. Like, nowadays everything is like streaming, but like, I think it's nice to like own a copy of like your favorite movie. Even rental? That's pretty dope. I advanced toward Radican, which is just across the street from the train station. And a lot of adult stuff, of course, yeah. Fucking Tenga stores. Of course, this is enemy territory. I just can't stride in front of the front door just like an average person. I bypass the elevators and escalators and head to the 8th floor by the stairwell. But I only make it to the 7th floor before I have to stop and rest. Who is that on the phone? The girl, Shina Mayuri. Immediately resumes our conversation. She followed me all the way here, and she isn't even short of breath. I, on the other hand, am gasping for air with my hands on my knees. Who would have thought an 8-story building would be so tall? I turned to Mayuri while wiping the sweat off my brow. If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Oh, wow. Thanks, Okarin. Mayuri smiles happily and doesn't pry any further. As always, she's quick to understand my position. Of course. We've known each other since we were both little. Mayuri is 16, 2 years younger than me, so she's more like a little sister than a typical childhood friend. I've been looking out for her for as long as I can remember. I used to hope that Mayuri might become the key to Steins Gate, but now I've reconsidered. I don't want that terrible fate for her. She should live a normal life. That is my present wish. Toot toot! We continued to the 8th floor and entered the assembly hall. In front of us stands a cheap-looking stage with the podium the sign reading Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine Press Conference. Okarin. Mayuri insists on calling me Okarin. That's neither my real name nor my code name. Hello, Beck. Hi. Or good morning. It's just one of those annoying nicknames people use. Why isn't the... Is the sound alert broken? It might be broken. I'll have to fix that next stream. Or maybe not broken, just disconnected. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't call me Okarin. Huh? But I've always called you that. That was then. I have since become Hoen Kyoma, the insane mad scientist haunted by secret organizations the world over. Mwahaha. I love Mayuri too. She's so cute. But that's too hard to remember. In any case, Hoen Kyoma is my true name. And besides, it doesn't even sound like Okabe Rintaro. You're weird. Cease your foolish laughter. Okabe Rintaro may be my real name, but I have rejected it, for it is stupid. Seems like a normal name. Or is it stupid because it's a normal name? I don't want no normie name. And I also hate the derivative Okarin. Come on, it sounds like that elf boy's blue pipe thing. The ocarina. So, Okarin, can I ask you something? In one ear and out the other. She's been calling me that for 5 years now, so maybe it's time to give up. What are we doing here? Wait, you followed me here without knowing why? Yep. She nods without dropping her smile. We're here for Dr. Nakabachi's press conference. We're standing in the assembly hall on the 8th floor of Radican, where that conference will be held. Dr. Nakabachi is an inventor. He appears on TV from time to time and has a few patents under his belt, but he's mostly treated as a curiosity. Press conference? But where are the reporters? Mayuri's right. I scanned the entire hall, but there's no one who looks to be a reputable reporter or a cameraman. There's only about 10 of us standing in the hall, including me. Considering Nakabashi's moderate media presence, and the fact that he claims to have invented a time machine, I would have expected more. Could this be the organization working its twisted influence? I twist my lips into a sneer. I thought that Nakabashi was like me, a scientist fighting to overthrow the organization. But this press conference suggests other motives that were at work. Our enemies won't miss this chance. I prefer not to get wrapped up in his mess. Nevertheless, I'm interested in what he has to say. That's why I'm here, blowing an afternoon of my precious summer holiday. Mayuri ponders my utterance for a while, before finally turning her head. He wrapped something? Is it his birthday too? I let out a sigh. Mayuri is known not to only make bad jokes, but to laugh at them too. She's always been special. Keep your guard up, Mayuri. I suspect this won't be a normal con. I couldn't even finish my sentence. Are we under attack? Are they trying to fry our brains with electromagnetic waves? Dust falls from the ceiling as the floor shakes. We're definitely under attack. It's coming from above, but we're on the top floor. All that's above is the roof. An earthquake? Is it magnitude 2? What does magnitude mean? No time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Something's not right about this. I bolt out of the conference hall and run up the stairs to the roof, ignoring the no trespassing signs in my way. The door is open. Upon closer inspection, I realize that the lock has been broken. I open the door and see a billowing cloud of black smoke. There's some kind of phosphorescent dust sparkling in the air. An explosion? I can't believe it. Is there really an explosion? My heart is racing. Damn, I don't know what to do. Should I run away? Why an explosion? Terrorists? No, that doesn't fit. I mean, how do you explain it? What the? A strange machine is sitting in the middle of the room. It's huge, maybe 3 meters tall. It looks kind of like a satellite. Did that thing cause the shaking just now? Who put it there? Is it Dr. Nakabashi? Is this part of his presentation? Impossible, even if that were the case. How the hell did he get up here? My head is bursting with questions. As I search for the courage to approach the machine, a throng of reporters and building staffs burst into the rooftop. They look just as confused as I am. Please stay back, everybody. woman who I assume is a staff member appears to wave us back. The press conference will proceed as scheduled. Is she trying to hide something? Her response is unusually quick, almost like she's trying to keep me away from that device. I've caught a nose for conspiracies, and this stinks of a cover-up. What are they hiding? What was that explosion? I want to know, but I shouldn't risk getting any closer. I turn and leave. But not because I'm scared or anything like that. Staff members lead all of us back to the 8th floor. Mayuri is nowhere to be seen. She's not in the event hall either. I found her on the 7th floor. Several capsule toy machines are lined up next to a plate reading "The Birthplace of the Japanese PC." She's gazing upon them with a wistful look. I breathe a sigh of relief, then take out my phone. It's me. I got a bad feeling about this. Something's happening. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I won't do anything to jeopardize the mission. I'll sigh congra. After I speak the words and hang up, I am able to wipe the sweat from my forehead. My sweat is cold. Half of me hopes something will happen. The other half fears the same thing. I put away my phone and look back at Mayuri. She's still staring at those capsule toys. She doesn't seem to be worried about the explosion at all. I can't decide if she's level-headed or just airheaded. Some of column A, some of column B. What are you doing? Well, I really want an Oopa. Just as I thought. Mayuri points to a capsule machine. The sign on the front says Rynet Kakeru 3D Character Doll Series. Rynet Kakeru is a popular anime series with its own card game spin-off, Rynet Access Battlers. They even hold international tournaments. Oopa is the series' mascot characters. It resembles an elliptical egg with limbs sticking out. It looks like some kind of deformed dog. It's what they call an ugly cute character. High school girls find these creatures adorable for some reason. Last year, an ugly frog creature was the rage. Its name escapes me though. And go for it. I can't guarantee you'll get an Oopa. Is that why people like Labubu? 'Cause ugly cute? Yeah, I think so. Me personally, I don't think they're very cute. I don't like them. I don't know. Just 'cause they all have the same face, but like, I don't know. I just. Yes, hi, hello. Box Boy Nova. Thanks for becoming a pack rabbit. But yeah, I don't know. Something about them. They're not very cute to me. And they're like so many other like blind box characters that are way cuter. And I'm like, why didn't this go viral? I saw something that's so viral people like fights over. Like, man, take a deep breath. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Even if they are cute, they're not cute enough to be fought over. But I don't know, hold on to it. Like Beanie Babies, they might be worth something. Hello, Box. Welcome to the stream. I'm Koalo. I'm Koalo. Eternally. Koalo am I, your eternally pre-debut VTuber. Furbies? Ah, I did not like Furbies. I didn't think they were very cute either. I think me and my sisters had one. I don't remember. I think we did. Yeah, we did. We think we had a Furby or two, and like a couple of other like not those like robot dolls. Two models. Well, it's not a custom model. I would consider myself having debut when I have my own and because I want to do like an actual debut stream. I haven't gotten. I know it's not really necessary, but I'd like to do that. Blitz went out, went out in the wind one night. I have no idea what happened to our Furbies, but I think I may have. I don't know. I know I didn't like it. I think I was like mildly entertained by it for a little bit, but then after a while I'm like, it's kind of fucking annoying. Why is it looking at me like that? Mayuri gives me a troubled smile. But Mayushi's all out of 100 yen coins. Mayushi is what Mayuri calls herself sometimes. She's so cute. According to her, it's supposed to have an star at the end. Mayushi? But who really cares? So, can I borrow 100 yen? Please. She holds her hands out with a look like a begging puppy. Looks like she was planning this from the very beginning. Well, at least she didn't say give me. Do you really think it's that easy, Mayuri? You'll get no money from me. Instead, I'll show you just how harsh life really is. I pull out a 100 yen coin, set it into the machine slot, and spin the lever. I open the capsule and take out the contents. Mayuri leans forward eagerly to see what I got. It's an Oopa, and it's a metal Oopa. Is it rare? Super rare. Yeah. Yeah. Explaining to your normie friends in a gacha game. They pull for something. It's like, oh, who's this character? It's like, oh my god, you got a 5-star. You got the banner 5-star. And they're like, what the fuck does that mean? Is that good? I examined the middle Oopa. A boy who was watching us tries to look at the same Rhinet machine. Aw, a normal Oopa. He looks at my metal Oopa in resentment. I turned to see Mayuri's sparkling eyes also fixated on the Oopa. Hey, high school girl, you're acting like a little kid. Oh, she's so happy. Okay, give this character of metal to you, my Yuri. Honestly, I don't want it. Really? Are you sure, Okarin? The name's Hoen Kyoma. Thank you, Okarin. She doing it on purpose. That's cute. She's so happy. Thank you all for coming to Dr. Nakabashi's time machine press conference. If someone, I don't know, if someone claimed to have made like a real, like, functioning time machine, that would make like international news, wouldn't it? You know, someone's like, yes, I made a real life, honest to God, legitimate time machine. You can use it right now and go to... I don't know. I feel like the government would want their hands on it. Like all of the governments. Like they're not gonna just let you have that. Hear the announcement from the floor above. Sounds like they're starting. I head to the stairs, but Mayuri doesn't follow. Let's go, Mayuri. Just a sec. I gotta write my name. Remember, aliens are real. The government said so. Time machines are probably real too. That's maybe. Is that why things are like kind of like fucked up? Can I borrow it? I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I just want to travel back in time to 2009 and invest in a bunch of Bitcoin. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna talk to anybody. I just want to buy Bitcoin. I'd take $1,000, steal it if I had to, and just dump all of it in Bitcoin. She's preoccupied with the metal Upa, so I go on ahead. That'd be like millions, if not billions of dollars a day. Without further ado, I'm pleased to introduce the inventor, Dr. Nakabashi. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. The applause was so sparse. There's like 5 people here. It's giving middle school talent show. Dr. Nakabashi enters the sparse applause. He walks up to the podium. Clap. He's already wearing a frown. For some reason, I can feel his irritation from here. You guys didn't applaud enough. I am Dr. Nakabashi. Thank you all for coming. Does he really refer to himself as doctor? That's a little... I'm just saying, that's a little arrogant. Nakabashi takes the microphone and begins to speak, his voice brimming with confidence. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin with the theory of time travel. The greatest scientific breakthrough of the century. Did he really build a time machine? Mayuri appears after writing her name on the metal Upa, She's a bit late in more ways than one. What did she think a time machine presentation would be about? I take another look around the room. There are about 20 people now, including us, but still no media presence to speak of. So this is the extent of Dr. Nakabashi's frame. No one believes that he invented a time machine. I mean, if I heard that somebody invented a time machine, I wouldn't believe them either. But if it was real, I would ask to borrow it. Just for Bitcoin. I was interested in what you had to say, true, but my expectations were no higher than the rest of the onlookers. And a good thing they weren't. As he proceeds to explain his time machine design, my curiosity quickly returns to disappointment, then anger. He's about to crash out. My voice silences Nakabashi and draws the eye of every person in the room. Do you take us for fools? Who the hell are you? Who the hell am I? Someone who knows you for a fraud, that's who. Ooh. You stole your theory from John Titor, and you call yourself an inventor? Hang on, where are the tips? John Titor, a self-proclaimed time traveler from 2036, who appeared in an American internet message board in November of 2000. The internet went into an uproar, flooding the board with questions and debate. Titor posted pictures of his time machine and its control manual, as well as diagrams illustrating time machine mechanics. He also disclosed information on near-future events, time travel, physics, history intervention, the multiverse, timelines, and world lines. And then, 4 months after his appearance, he left a comment saying, "I will be leaving this world line shortly, and this will be my final post," and then disappeared. Interesting. Yeah, the John Titor thing was real. I mean, real, quote unquote. I think it was. I'm pretty sure that was a hoax. Cause he said there was a nuclear war that happened prior to him building the time machine. But if there was a devastating nuclear war, why 10 years later would they have I don't think people's priorities would be building a time machine. Unless it was to go back in time to stop that from happening, but I don't know. Especially since it was the 2000s, so it was a lot easier to lie on the internet back then. I mean, it's easy to lie on the internet now, but back then people didn't really clock that you could just lie on the internet until a little bit later. Someone throw this man out. You're the one who should be thrown out, Doctor. Have you no shame? You have no right to call yourself an inventor. Shut your mouth, little pest. Just then someone grabs my arm from behind. Quite convinced it's an official here to throw me out, I turn around to glare at them. Unhand me, you. Huh? It's my girl, Kurisu. It's a girl about my age. Her intense stare seems to challenge me. I take a step back. Yeah. She looks somehow familiar. Where have I seen her before? Huh? We haven't met, but I know her face. It's Makise Kurisu. A few years ago, my friend Daru showed me a magazine article titled "Girl Genius Gives Lecture in Akihabara." The article was about a 17-year-old girl who had just graduated from an American university. Her thesis was even published in a major scientific journal. Girl genius, Makisa Kurisu. I recognized the stubborn-looking girl in her photograph. She's even wearing the exact same scowl. She looks like she's smiling in that one. What business could such a genius have with me? She takes a quick look around the room, then turns back to me with a stern expression. Could you come with me for a moment? What's with the attitude? She's obviously not staff, and there's no way that the Makise Kurisu could be working with someone like Dr. Nakabashi. Which needs... You're with the organization? Huh? If their tendrils have gotten this far, then I've made a grave mistake. Stop fooling around and come with me. Our outburst has already attracted too much attention. Nakabashi in particular looks like he wants to rip my head off. It must be mortifying to be exposed to fraud by a bright young man like myself. Anyway, I mustn't draw any more attention to myself. If the organization gets wind of my presence here, it could endanger my Yuri, to say nothing of those ignorant civilians. I let Makise Kurisu lead me out of the assembly hall. Try anything or people are sure to notice. What will your superior say then? What are you talking about? She glares at me, quite fiercely at that. Attractive though she may be, there is no innocence in her eyes. A beautiful agent, unmatched in cruelty. My heart beats in exhilaration from the danger. Looks like chaos really does get my blood pumping. I just need to ask you something. What makes you think I'll answer? I know how the organization operates. What's with this organization stuff? Instead of answering, I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. I've been caught by an organization agent. Yes, it's Makise Kurisu. She's a dangerous one. No, it's fine. I'll find a way to. Kurisu suddenly snatches the phone out of my hand. Hello, Harley, how are you? What a skill! I didn't have time to react. What are you doing? Huh? Your phone's off. Your phone's off. It's interesting, the grainy filter that's all over the art. This is my first time actually seeing the game. Yeah, it has a very unique art style. I like it. Who are you talking to? Her eyes pierce deep into my soul. I quickly look away. How's he gonna talk himself out of this one? She's good. Is he trying to attack my sense of identity in order to cause a mental break? Recover. This isn't good enough to sway me. Your techniques don't work on me. And I'll tell you, but I'll tell you anyway. That's no ordinary phone. It's designed to deactivate the moment it leaves my hand. Such measures are necessary to maintain secrecy. I know things that could get me killed. I quickly retrieved my phone and wiped the cold sweat off my forehead. Ugh, that was close. So you talk to yourself. Imaginary friend? Oh, this is bad. Ordinary methods don't work on Makise Kurisu, the genius girl. On the contrary, she's the one psyching me out. Looks like I'll have to make a tactical retreat. If I can just find an opening. Suddenly, Kurisu steps up to me with a serious expression. She stares right at me, her huge eyes blazing with strength of will. Such fire, I can't look away. Could someone with such pure eyes really be an organization agent? What were you trying to tell me earlier? Earlier? What are you talking about? About 15 minutes ago, before the conference started. Nonsense. This is the first time we've met. I was with my Yuri and that Upa toy 15 minutes ago. You were trying to tell me something, right? You looked really upset. Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. But would this girl do something that underhanded? You look like you were going to start to cry any second. Why? Have we met before? She seems sincere. That makes her even more suspicious. That's right. Don't let her beauty fool you. She's a cold, calculating secret agent. If I show the slightest vulnerability, I'm done for. And how do you know my name? My knowledge has no limits. I am a mad scientist after all. Genius girl. Our next meeting shall be as enemies. Huh? Farewell. I spin around and take off down the stairs, ignoring her call to stop, like I'd listened to the enemy. And the organization, they must be serious if they're sending in agents like her. I ran all the way down to the 4th floor and checked behind me. Once I'm convinced Makise Kurisu's not tailing me, I sigh while rubbing my temples. I can't let them capture me yet. Well then, what do I do now? My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabashi's research, but now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. What about my Yuri? But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? Let's see now, what is it? Damn, I left my Yuri behind. I knew she'd be a liability. Got your wallet, got your keys, got your Mayuri. I shouldn't have brought her along. I was trying to prioritize her safety, but got careless. I'm doing good. How are you? I tried calling her first. If she's alright, then she can just meet me here. With that thought in mind, I take out my phone and turn it on. It rings just as I do. Mail? Just a regular email. There's a video attached. And it's from an unknown address. I open the video file with some trepidation. You really shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't open attachments from contacts that you don't know. Could be anything in there. There's nothing but noise. Is it a prank? Or some sort of Makise Kurisu style attack? Maybe this noise is some sort of making people go crazy frequency. Yeah? What game are you playing? Random executable roulette, let's go. Especially not an .exe file. Dear Lord. No, wait, I don't remember giving her my mail address, so I'm probably thinking too hard. I curse myself for being gullible enough to play the video. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. Holy shit, guys, I rolled a Trojan horse and a Gorse Vampires. Damn. I'm super lucky today. I stopped the video and called Mayuri's phone from my address book. Damn it, Mayuri. Why don't you pick up? Looks like I'll have to go back to the assembly hall. Is Mayuri one of those people who, like, never pick up their phone and you wonder why they even have a phone in the first place? Why do you have, it's like, my brother's like that, and it's like, why do you even have a phone if you're not gonna answer it? But things will get messy if I bump heads with Makise Kurisu again. Wait, don't tell me. Did that femme fatale kidnap Mayuri? Damn you. Is that how the organization operates? Leaving without Mayuri isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's like a little sister to me, and there's a very real danger she might wander off the moment I let her out of my sight. Mayuri has always been like that. I'll never know if she'll be there when I turn to look. In a sense, that's why I became Hoang Kyoma. I have to go back for her. The thought of climbing back up to the 8th floor is depressing, but I have no choice. When I get back to the assembly hall, Dr. Nakabashi's conference has just finished. Nobody is on stage, and the phony inventor has already left. The 20 or so members of the audience are starting to pack up. Soon I find Mayuri. She's in the corner, looking lost. Well, at least she wasn't kidnapped. Even better, I don't see Makise Kurisu anywhere. Looks like I scared her off. So be it. You fell asleep for a bit? No worries. It's the point of ASMR, isn't it? Good night. So I'll let her go this time. Still, I keep my eyes peeled as I run up to Mayuri. Oh no, she's crying. Mayuri, why didn't you pick up? We're leaving. Oh, Corinne, my metal Oopa ran away. Baby. She turns to me with a forlorn expression. Ran away? What, it's alive? That's a bit hard to believe. I think I dropped it. I see, so she was looking for it. Not like it really matters. Forget about it. You can always get another one. No way. Metal Oopas sell for upwards of 10,000 yen online, you know? 10,000 and two fucking 10,000 and fucking 2,000's money? Holy shit. Wait, what? That toy was worth that much? Think, Mayuri, where did you drop it? I don't know. That's why I'm looking. And even if we find it, you can't sell it, okay? That 10,000 yen will fund my research. I said you can't sell it. It even has Mayushi's name on it. That's our research. That begins our search for the metal Oopa. Doo-doo, Oopa Oopa, come out, wherever you are. Mayushi tries calling its name. I don't know if she truly expects a response. By the way, Tuturu is Mayui's catchphrase. It means... Actually, I've never bothered to ask what it means. Anyway, the metal Oopa is nowhere to be found. Maybe she didn't drop it in the assembly hall, but on the 7th floor landing near the capsule toy machines. Another possibility is that someone with an eye for rare items pilfered it. Just imagining the smug grin on that person's face makes me writhe in envy. What kind of man steals a helpless girl's toy? Is there nothing in his heart but the lust for money? That sounds like you, Okarin. Well, I wasn't expecting that from my Yuri. Huh? What was that? Was that a scream? I think so. Only the presenter and a few other people are left in the assembly hall. Including Mayuri and me, less than half of the audience remains. Everyone looks at each other anxiously, startled by the scream. Even I cannot suppress a shiver. First the explosion on the roof, now this? What's going on here? Mayuri squeezes my hand tight. Stay here, Mayuri. I take a deep breath, prepare myself, and head in the direction of the scream. The echoes lead me down a dark, empty hallway on the same floor. I'm pretty sure it came from around that corner. I crouch down in the corner slowly, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any sign of danger. And here at the end of the passage, and there at the end of the passage, I see it. There's something on the ground. No, someone. Motionless. Who is it? The clothes are familiar. It can't be... It's Maki's Crusoe. What? Makise Kurisu. Her face is turned away, but I know it's her. The impotent genius girl who I just fought within 10 minutes ago. is now face down in a pool of bright red blood. She's dead. You don't know that. She could be fine. She could be just taking she's just taking a nap in strawberry syrup. It's fine. She's okay. No, but why? I suddenly realize that I'm shaking. I want to run away. I shouldn't have come. Now, if you're lying down, you're dead. Well, no. I mean, yeah, the position in which she's in looks a little, but she's fine. Don't worry. Someone killed Makise Kurisu. There's no other explanation. Who would do such a thing? There's no one else here. Oh. I twist around in shock. Some other men have followed me, and every one of them is ghastly pale. They must have seen the body. Call the police! A man cries out in panic. At this, everyone starts screaming and running away. I follow them, of course. There's absolutely no reason to stay here. Concern for Makise Kurisu is superseded by my instinctive urge to flee. When I get back to the assembly hall, Mayuri is waiting for me with tears in her eyes. What happened, Okarin? We're leaving. I grab Mayuri's hand and run. I race down the stairs, trying to drive the image of Kurisu's dead body from my mind. But I can't. The redness of her blood is burned into my mind, more than the sight of the body itself. That was my first time seeing a dead body. Is this what it's like? When I realized she was dead, I felt a chilling terror and a surge of nausea. But that was all I felt. Fear and disgust. Shouldn't there be something more? I guess I just didn't know her that well. Seeing a dead body is surreal? Yeah, it would be. I finally stop once we get out to the main street. Chodori. My chest pounds, my breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed. Hey, what happened? You look really pale. Mayuri doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet. Someone died. I take several deep breaths. The color of that blood still stains my brain. But I've calmed down a bit. Makise Kurisu is dead. And I don't know who the killer is. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be there soon. Then the police will arrive and this area will become a crime scene. But for now, the crowd's milling through Akihabara. I have no idea what has happened. Everyone is going about their business as usual. The never-ending search of electronics, moe, and porn. Yeah, is that Akihabara's three main exports? Hello, Laza Flame. Titaru indeed. Just another day in Akihabara. I take out my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. I'm not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know, my friend Daru. I'll tell him what happened just now, since he knows about Makise Kurisu. I suppose it might be disrespectful to the victim, but my adrenaline is pumping. I can't make calm decisions after witnessing something like that firsthand. That's how humans are, after all. We're not as special as we like to believe. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty, slime-like flesh. Our souls fester like semen left to rot in the womb. That's how we humans are. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I begin to type on my phone. To Dario. Trouble. Someone stabbed Makise Kurisu. Looked bad. Hope she's okay. Someone stabbed Makise Kurisu. Don't know who. Looked bad. Hope she's okay. Listening to MCR? I don't know if she was stabbed. It just seems like the most logical explanation, given the amount of blood and the absence of a gunshot. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead, even though I'm pretty sure she was. I can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. It might make me feel guilty as well. And the thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I'm the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? I just saw someone's death up close. Only a few minutes later, I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? Well, I am a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finish typing and place my thumb over the send button. And then I press down. Sending. Oh. What? What was that? Wait, look around. Oh. They're gone. Summer break. Noon. The busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians vanished into thin air. Is it a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. I just saw them vanish with my own 2 eyes. You bought a new car? Let's go! Nice. I stand petrified, speechless, and alone. Alone on the empty street. Now you have to eat air tonight? Not even ice water soup? Just air soup? Desperate to find anyone I look up. Water costs too much, oh no. And there, at the top of the ratty can, sticking out from the 8th floor event hall, where we just were. Ice is expensive. But it's a hybrid, so you'll be saving a lot of money. Oh, yeah. I like to season my air sandwich with a bit of debris outside air. It's a crashed satellite. Oh. Yeah, probably gonna get a little bit of a copyright claim on the YouTube VOD, but that's okay. Because this song fucking slaps. That's why. It's worth it. Should I say something like... Yeah. Should I say something really out of pocket? Because it's gonna be muted in the VOD. Should I? Also, why are AAA games so expensive? Why not they just make it free? AAA games are way too expensive. It's ridiculous. Over the ice. Have I got any AAA games? I don't think so. I don't really play those games. I'm always in favor of letting your unhinged head, unhinged flag fly. Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't think of anything out of pocket to say. Chapter 1, Time Travel Paranoia. Thinking of Battlefield 6? Oh yeah, Teddy played Battlefield 6. I might get it for him when it comes out. When is it coming out? Hey you, can you see us? I can. October 10th. Okay. Pre-orders right now. Oh, alright. Same price as release. That's fucking sucks. At the very least, if you pre-order it, I feel like you should get a discount. Right? If you pre-order a game, you should get a discount. Hey you, can you see us? Why won't you answer? Get skin for pre-ordering the upgrade. Makes it more worth it? Yeah, I mean... You guys probably know how I feel with shooters. You guys have seen my... You guys have seen my aim. It has improved. I want you to know it has improved. I should do a Marvel Rivals streams one of these days. To show you how much I've improved. Get a 1% discount for every person you recommend the game to? Yes. 0.1% discount. I mean, some people... I mean... I'll take it. I've been trying to get good. Ever since I've started streaming, I've been playing a lot more games and I've been getting better at them. I can't make it too easy. Damn. Why won't you answer? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you on the other side of the monitor. Oh my god, he's talking to us. Pack rabbits, he's talking to us. Nuke improved my aim. Running through quite a bit, running through hard campaign, really? I have a lot of hard campaigns to do. I should do that. Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I'm not being silent. I'm talking right back at you. Nice 5 o'clock shadow. Not even 5 o'clock shadow. Nice baby beard. Hello, Delta. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Sometimes you gotta pinpoint snipe those tiny enemies in Harm campaign, or they one-shot blast you if you're in enough deficit. Oh, I see. I suppose that, from your perspective, it appears that we're the ones on the inside of the monitor. but that's where you're wrong. You are inside the monitor. For it is you on the inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you too. Yeah? True reality is on this side of the screen. Oh, is it? Oh my god, we're not real. I fucking knew it. I knew we were in a simulation. You should just get games for free because I'm so cool and Koala's cool too. Yes. I've gotten a couple of Steam keys here and there. Although I mostly get keys for comfy games because I mean, look at me. I don't think anyone would give me a key for like a AAA game. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter, I shall speak in simpler terms. Easy enough for even you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. Relaxing? I try. Really? You shouldn't do bad things though, Karen. Mayuri's just there doing her sewing. He's like crashing out at us, and she's just like, "Oh, that's nice." Quiet. I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, head down Chudori until you reach the situation. Take a left. Take a left into the Kuramebashi Dori, in the alleyway before the traffic light, and you'll find the downtown Oyama building. The lab is on the second floor. Why are you telling us where it is? Isn't it supposed to be a secret lab? On the first floor is a store of ill repute called the Brawn Tube Workshop. You can't miss it. It deals exclusively in CRTV monitors of all things. Can you imagine? Even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. Those like big TRTs, those big chunky monitors, those big chunky TVs. That brings back memories. But the provider of the Brawn Tube Workshop, Tennoji, is also the owner of the building. That's how we can afford to maintain this ridiculously niche hobby shop, as land value continues to rise. He may seem like a rough sort, but he's no match for my charisma. Now the entire second floor is mine for next to nothing. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists from all fields to apply. At the present, our researchers are. Why are we staring at this guy the whole time? I don't know. He's just looking right at me. Okarin, you've got to say lab mems, not researchers. Our lab mems, laboratory members. R3. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Club, Lab Mem number 001, the insane mad scientist, and Kyoma. Okarin is cuter though. Next we have our resident cosplayer and only female lab member 002, Sheena Mayuri. Teteru Mayushi desu. I like making costumes more than I like wearing them. At last, we have our resident super hacker, Lab Mem number 003, Hashida Itaru. Stop calling me that, it's super hacker. Duh. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war with the Dark Dominion. That research spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, that's all it spawned. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 180 inventions to create. Like in that tennis manga, right? I get it. No, it's the number of earthly desires in mortals, you @channel junkie. And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Yeah, wouldn't want to interrupt you talking to yourself. He's talking to me and the pack rabbits, thank you very much. I'm not talking to myself, can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor. Yes. Oh, you just grinned. What are you grinning about, damn you? You don't even exist outside that monitor. Yeah? Just say don't look at me. I don't think that's gonna work. It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial of reality. Maybe we think we're in the game? Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah, visual novel. A visual novel that would need at least you know, three or four two sequels, a spin-off dating sim, some light novels, some manga adaptations, and a couple animes to really do the story justice. Mayhaps a reboot? No. I heard rumors about that, but I don't think that's true. I thought it's even occurred to them. Aren't your 2D girlfriends the same thing? Oh, Daru would absolutely love VTubers. This takes place in 2009, but if this took place in modern day, like, Daru would definitely be into VTubers. That's different. Those girls are my wives. Nobody cares about your harem. But Mayushi touched upon a very interesting theme, you know? What if we're actually characters in a game? Any way we can know for sure? Getting a little meta here. No. Come on. Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent on thinking of ways to destroy the system. Nice Chunibyo, bro. I step back from the monitor. The fuck is this? Why he look like that? Why he staring? Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. This game is called Alpaca Man too. Stop judging. Why he... Well, I'm sorry. Why he look like that? Why are you staring at me like that? He's like... Were you speaking to you? It's a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to him via the microphone and watch him react. Why does anyone look like anything? Oh, you got me there. You got me there, Mr. Manager. Why does he have a face? That's what I'm saying. Why you look like that? The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago. But personally, I only find the ugly part of ugly cute to be true. Absolutely, he's just ugly. Where's the cute? I bought it yesterday. 500 yen used. Headset included. Nice. What a steal. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare. Shut up, Haka. I'm no Chinibyo patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a deathless grin. I am Hoen Kyoma. That's your character's name, right? Oh, Daru, your communication skills are beyond repair. I'll have you know I go to a ton of offline meets, and I'm always the life of the party. I bet you are. This fat, just straight up called him fat. No. This fat, bespectacled guy is my brother in arms and right-hand man, Nashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer, playing games and watching anime. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D mates. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, everything is fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. Ow, the needle bit my finger. Fucking. I can't, Nairi is too cute. Over there, nursing a pricked finger, we have Sheena Mayuri, 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. If you can believe it. Is that because of the way that she acts? She's like, yeah, she's he's like, yeah. Like, oh, Karen really went sophomore in high school, by the way. Oh, I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku. Nowhere near Daru's level, though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the feature gadget laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring, she said to me. Mayushi is Okarin's hostage. I belong here. Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me in my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I'll never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. Aww. So did Alpaca Man say anything? Nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game. Damn antisocial alpaca. I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do... The TV makes a sound like it's shorted. Then the screen goes black. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. I whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Brawn Tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. You made Mr. Alpaca angry. Damn, I'll have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and lay down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes. And what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. They're gone. As I left Radican, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. It wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the store is gone, and the restaurant's gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. Imagine being a Kuala Lumpur fan, could be me. Yeah, that's crazy, Teddy. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I only felt a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until... What's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right? Huh? You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Panic took hold as the enormity of what had just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her. You see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Huh? Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking. I didn't see anything. You didn't? I stopped shaking her head and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes as clear as glass marbles. You saw nothing? Nothing at all? There were people a second ago, weren't there? There were? Even the store employees are gone. That's simply impossible by any measure. Of course they are. Her reply didn't make any sense. It was like that when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's because of the heat. Toot. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken? I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to run, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radican, where I just been a moment before. When you look at someone and just ask them if their brain is broken. There was an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building, where, not 5 minutes before, I found Makisu Kurisei's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was... What the hell is that satellite doing there? Right before Dr. Nakabashi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb and exploded. The roof The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it, someone had placed a satellite-like machine shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. This satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabashi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. That's not possible, though. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? Unless it fell before it could get that high? That doesn't make any sense. The real question was, when did that happen? Mayuri, about that satellite. Yep. What a surprise, huh? What do you mean? What was a surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound. A huge kaplow. It certainly did make a sound. I knew I didn't think it was kaplow. I'd say like it was more zoom. Did that satellite fall out of the sky? Did it? Do you think any aliens are on board? What? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? Hey, you two. Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern. What do you think you're doing here? This area is off limits. You need to leave. We're sorry. First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question. Officer A? Even says it there, Officer A. Thousands of people just vanished. You saw it too, didn't you? What are you talking about? Get out of here. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Makise Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I could... Look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, "No one got stabbed at Radican." What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted up to UPX and released. There were people at UPX like usual. Actually, there were more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer 8 had said, Chodori had been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabashi's conference really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radican. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even To TV are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chodori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody was mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. Mystery? I see. So that's it. From the sofa, I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daru and Mayuri's turn and stare. This is an all-elaborate cover-up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted law enforcement, which means our entire movement may already be under control. My God. But they underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice cold drinks are essential. Ah, elixir intellectualist. A drink for a genius. Cola's better. Okarin really loves his Dr. P. Cody, hello. How are you? I pity the man who knows not the graceness of this beverage. Step through the curtain dividing its... Yeah? I'm doing pretty good. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the future gadget laboratory. The development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it's strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap, but I'd much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him to follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with package tape, so it's dim. And hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Taro, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off are apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on one shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be. Oh, poor lab coat, it's so sad. Daru, is the plan progressing smoothly? What plan? Dara gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly higher than the newer home models. The plan is in the plan, obviously. I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8. Oh, that. How was I supposed to know that's what you meant? We've known each other for what, 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though. We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk at all, so 2 years. Details. The point is, we've known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here. Nope. Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shot down again. So are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8? Not yet. So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has committed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lad's primary goal is to develop weapons for war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't figured out what we should make. But along the way, we've managed to create some ingenious future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accidents. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1. The Bit Particle Gun. Gadget number 2. Bamboo Helican. Wait, hang on. Let's see. Gadget number 2. A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. The camera is attached to the helicopter's fulcrum, allowing it to record aerial footage unpowered. However, the image is rotating at high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. It originates from the sci-fi manga 22Emon. So it's like a drone that's like not really useful as a drone. That's what I gather. Gadget number 3. Could this be Aura Aura? A lie detector based on thumb perspiration. Though it might be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector, you have to admit it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is a reference to the classic manga Juju's Bizarre Adventure. You mean JoJo? Pesky copyright. Very. Gadget number 4, Mode Snake. Is that a choo-choo reference? An instant super humidifier. Uses electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. This generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a claymore landmine, which appeals to military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth action game Metal Moa Solid Rising. Metal Gear Solid? Perjury? Perjury, my favorite. I love committing perjury. Number 5. Once again, I've made a worthless object by Goemon. Well, this one's pretty self-aware. Created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum. Yeah, so its name is a reference to the popular anime Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third. Yeah. This game makes a lot of like references to things, but like they can't like really say it. Like instead of 4chan or 2chan, they say at-chan. Number 6, the Cyclone Saver. Oh shoot, I missed that one. Hang on. Well, I don't fucking know. Where is it? Can't find it in F. Nope, I don't see it. Or would it be in C actually? That's pretty cool. A gadget created by arranging the 12 6-inch CRT monitors into a sphere. Ghost in the Shell, yeah. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, which each connected to the monitor on the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed future gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store. Its name is derived from the sci-fi manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation. Very interesting. What's the second one? There it is. Gadget number 6. A red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword. Made possible not with just future gadget laboratory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge, inspired by Spark Rose, a series of epic sci-fi movies. So they basically made a lightsaber. Oh, no, I don't want to close the game. They can all be seen on the website Daru made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist's genius. I mean, a lot of it just kind of seems like you're just like, I think they're reaching. None of these are references. Yeah. They're mostly just naming them after things, huh? I don't know. It just kind of seems like they're just taking a bunch of household objects and like Frankensteining them together. Seeing what they get. They can all be seen on the website Daru made, so feast your eyes on the product of a mad scientist's genius. Anyway, our current problem is feature gadget number 8, the phone wave. Name subject to change. Phone wave is a pretty weak name, but I've added name subject to change to the end so we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a feature gadget is completed, the three of us discuss what to name it. I offer names based on mythology, or names with a hidden meaning, that need extra explanation to understand. Dyer thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Or rather, he just doesn't like to yap. If there's one thing I don't know about being a mad scientist, but Okarin is a certified yapper. Man is fluent in Japanese. He be yapping. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. Yapologist, yeah. And so our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The phone wave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food in the microwave before you leave. Then on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila! Hot food ready for your arrival. So it's basically a piece of junk. Like the other 7 gadgets. Except for the lightsaber, but like, you can just buy a lightsaber. How dare? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect the engineering genius of Ho and Kyoma. My apologies. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, named subject to change, has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy Mayuri, made it her daily routine to heat up some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. People I can't understand. Well, that's probably why I'm not a lab member. I can't see the vision. The chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in the microwave. The microwave refroze the chicken. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause. We tried copying what Mayuri did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. And when we tried to freeze the banana, it turned out really weird. I just don't get it. Daru, not looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick water break, or I guess tea break. I need to make more tea. I will be right back. I'll put on the... Where is it? Where's the... Eat. Bring some for the rest of the class? Alright. Okay, we're back. Hello. I'm not muted, am I? Let me double check. Okay. Mic is on. Okay. Okay, I read that. Yes, I am not muted. I'm slowly getting better at remembering that. So hard. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again. Mayuri, bring forth the bananas. Are you gonna turn them into gel bananas again? That's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them gel bananas? But gel bananas are gel bananas. I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave, name subject to change. Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food. Your stinginess could cost us a battle with the organization. That's fine with me. Mayushi always buys the bananas, and now Mayushi can't eat a single one. Where's the fish? My fish no work. Oh, whoopsies. 1 second. I could have sworn. Kids do not put bananas in the microwave. Hang on. It's for science. It's for science. Okay. It should work now. Let me test it. Yeah, it's working. Oh, well, then do it. Of course, it's for science. Why no banana microwave? Throw a potato. Why? Throw a potato and split grape as well. Might as well. Let's do the whole shopping. The whole shopping. All the groceries. And a potato with no holes. Stick a fork in there, why don't you? Next time, we'll only have one banana. But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. The phone wave, name subject to change, is simple to use. It's a microwave with the phone taped on. The number is already in my address book, so I just need to call the phone wave. Now, where did I put my phone? Hang on. Ooh, I think I'm gonna use my, It's like, I do not remember the controls for keyboard and mouse for this game. Which means we're switching to controller. Or not. What are the controls? Okay. Backlog. C phone trigger. Okay. Okay. No, don't do that. There you go. Oh, yeah, you got a treasure chest. Nice. Now, where did I put my phone? You got it. Address book, phone wave. Oh, I'm connected. Hello. This is the phone wave. Name subject to change. This is the voice of my UC guidance. The system Gary programmed to operate the phone wave. Do you hear my Yushi's voice? Be quiet, I'm trying to listen. You can operate the timer from this menu. After pressing the pound button, please enter the heating time in seconds. I am back, yes. For example, was sharp 60 for 1 minute. For 2 minutes, press sharp 120. Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave, name subject to change, to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 sharp. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave, name subject to change, comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate. Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards. Backwards? I never noticed that. That might have serious implications. If we look at the quantum critical behavior driven by Hund's rule... Are we gonna nerd out? Hund's rule. The rule governing the placement of an atom's electrons. Orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before they are filled with the second, also known as Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. This is Hey Arnold when you grow up. Yeah. Yeah, fucking Daru. He's got the Hey Arnold cut. Yeah, no. Not Hund's rule? No. Okay. What was that exchange? The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Mayuri takes the bananas out. Gel bananas are ready. Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother? The bananas have become not bananas. Gelatinous blobs coated with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It gets more confusing each time. Thank you for the head pat. Dyer, you wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course you wouldn't. It's for science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered. Just changing anatomical structures on a whim. Yeah. Just a Tuesday. They look really nasty. The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru, don't be shy. Break a leg, or a stomach, and go for it. No way. Fine, Mayuri. The honor shall be yours. But gel bananas are all goopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Wait, she already tried one? It had no flavor. It wasn't tasty at all. Gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Laura, what do you think? Droopy, soft, and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy bananas? Is his nose bleeding? Mayushi, say your banana's all soft and squishy for me. Daru-kun, your nose is bleeding. Please just say it. Your banana's all soft and... Don't make her say that, you perv. Daru retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway. They're gelatinous, a semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there's a possibility that the intermolecular bonds are weakened. What could have partially liquefied the bananas? I've got it. I turn to the white word and write freezing in the middle, then cross it out and slap the board with my hand. What we thought was a freezing function is actually something else. A bold statement, if I do say so myself. So why isn't anyone surprised? Now's the time to shout, what you say? Come on, don't be shy. The reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably didn't even understand half of what I said. We already knew that. Oh. The problem is that we don't know what is happening or why it's doing it. If it's the opposite of freezing, then couldn't it be thawing them? What a silly question, Mayuri. What you're describing is just a normal microwave. Then what is it? I don't know, and that's the problem. He's right. To be honest, I haven't a clue. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru to head over to Daibiru. There's going to be a seminar at ATF, and we have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University. Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. After all that, I just gave up on it. Well, they have somewhere to be. They can continue later. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down. Behind me is the large unidentified object that crashed into a building near Akihabara Station. We must know how gel bananas are being created. Exactly. You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Oompa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Jiro for Aki. That's the one from last year, right? I thought you weren't interested. The building is under police barricade. No one is allowed to approach, not from a distant, but from a distance, the object appears to be some kind of satellite. As we cross the overpass that connects UPX and Daibiru, we look around to see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see in Akiba. Everyone is walking towards the main street, which is still cornered off. Daru, aren't you checking out Radican? No point, can't get close. I've been following the news online though. There's already 100 threads about it on @channel. It's huge, man. So that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. We enter a Daibaru and take the elevator to the 5th floor. ATF assembly hall. Man, feel that AC. I'm alive. Unlike the lab, Daibaru has air conditioning. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar. About the phone wave, name subject to change. I might have found our answer. You know, that name subject to change is really annoying. I won't give in that easily. Even if no other members use name subject to change, I will carry on until we decide its true name. Now's not the time. So what's your latest ridiculous theory? What do you mean ridiculous? My genius brain considers every possibility, even those a lesser mind would say break the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous. Nice little detail. I like how the... Man. 1 second. I like how you see the number changes as they keep going. I think that's a really nice detail. Because they're in an elevator. So basically, you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. You can't call that science. There, I have a hunch that the phone wave, name subject to change, may be the key to opening Steins gate. How's that? Steins what? You lost me back at ridiculous, man. I see. That was 5. A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. We step out of the elevator. I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling. I'm sorry. Oh? What? It's a girl. And I recognize her. You... Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. She died. Makise Kurisu. Is there something wrong? Yeah, she was just that's what I said. She was sleeping in strawberry syrup. Face down in a puddle of strawberry syrup. All the girls are doing it nowadays. It's good for your skin. Grisu frowns and tries to back away, but I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens. Ow. You should be dead. Why are you here? And you're even... There isn't a single bloodstain on her clothes, and they're the same as the one she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not a scratch. Hey, that hurts. Let me go. Chrissy pushes me away. Then she shoots me a wary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief. What's wrong with you? You're okay? But that's impossible. Someone stabbed you. I saw you lying in a pool of blood. That again? Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he just said. What do you mean, again? I mean, you sent me an email, like a week ago, right? What? I sent you an email? Don't be ridiculous. I saw her dead just 3 hours ago. Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine. You know, that message was kind of weird. It was dated a week after I got it, which means it came from the future. It came from the future? That sounds like something you'd read on the internet, Daru. It's weird for you to talk about ridiculous theories. No, the date was definitely a week later. It came from, the 28th. Wait, that's today. It is 28th of July. Daru pulls out his phone and shows it to me. Received July 21st, 12:56. Sent July 28th at 12:54. Subject trouble from Okarin. Someone stab. Someone stab! He's right, the email was sent from my phone. He received it on July 21st at 12:56. But it was sent on July 28th at 12:54. It was split into 3 emails. Someone stab. De makiseku wisu. Don't. Why did I send such a message in 3 parts? And it looks like the 3rd email got cut off. I do recognize the contents, though. This is the email I sent you 3 hours ago. I sent 1 mail, not 3, and there should be more text. Did Daru really get this a week ago? Interesting. Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen of Daru's phone. Oh, right. The email's not important. Well, maybe it is, but not right now. The real reason is why she's still alive. Is she an illusion? No, an evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I'm a mad scientist. I timidly reach out to Greasy's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. It feels silky, quite the cuticles. Substance. She has substance. Of course she's not a ghost. How silly of me. Okarin, I don't think that's a good idea. I poke Kurisu's cheeks with my fingers. Such substance. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one. Hey. Wait a minute. We've already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. I still doubted she had substance? That's proof of how confused I am. Yes, of course, it's for science. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radican? What was that scream I heard? Were they hallucinations, just like that mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grabbed the hem of her blouse and slowly lifted it. Are you trying to get yourself arrested? I just want to know the truth. I stare straight back at Kurisu as she trembles with anger and lifts her brows a little higher. What truth, you perv? You stupid? Wanna die? She pushes my hand away. Louise Chan's famous line for the win. That was just something silly, but I ignore him and press Kurisu. I know what I saw. No way. Did you just see my under? Kurisu's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her brows down. No, you fool, not that. Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakambashi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explained everything I saw. Wait, Dr. Nakabachi? What are you talking about, Okarin? Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled. Cancelled? Yeah, because of the satellite crash. Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. The same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. My story didn't match mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy? Excuse me, my name is Hoen Kyoma. Really, man? You're hopeless. Okay, Hoen-san, I'd like to hear your story in more detail. Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt I can give her a good explanation. Just then, an older man steps out of the assembly hall. Makise-san, it's almost time. Huh? Oh, right. Thank you. Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room. We should go too. Go where? To your lecture, duh. Ah, that. Taru follows after Kurisu. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius, Makise Kurisu, need to attend a lecture like this? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture. I'd like to thank everyone for coming to hear me speak today. She's the one giving the lecture. Japan's famous girl genius, Makise Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. At first, I heard about her when Daru pointed at her in a gossip magazine article. That's when he told me that she was going to be a guest at ATF. I had forgotten all about it. It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous. The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there's also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? When I return her stare, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned that Radican how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct. For today's lecture, I've been asked to speak on the subject of time travel. It's not really my area of expertise, but I'll try my best. Time travel? Oh. Let me start by saying that time travel is an absurd concept. Objection. Wrong game, Okarin. This is an Ace Attorney. Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's drivel. Based time travel isn't real. It's presumptuous for you to claim that time travel is absurd. Oh, Karin, you magnificent fool. Sitting at my side, Dario throws me a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away. Okay, it's fine. I guess it'll be easier to talk in a discussion format. Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that. But before that, please listen to my thoughts on the subject. Scientists have proposed many theoretical models of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that bear meaning. What are the major theories of time travel? I've learned about the cosmic string theory at least. The 11 theories. Neutron star theory, black hole theory, light speed theory, touchstone theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory, cosmic string theory, quantum gravity theory, cesium laser theory, elementary particle ring and laser theory, Dirac antiparticle theory. Not bad. Perhaps Makise Kurisu is a worthy rival after all. I mean, she skipped like how many grades and graduated high school? Not high school, graduated university. at 17 and has a thesis out. If that's not a good enough rival for you, I think your standards are a bit too high. However, all of these models are purely theoretical. Some of them even contradict each other. Nah, I'd win. Well, what if someone came up with the 12th model? Right. Well, Okarin's really out here trying to actually her. He's like, it could be contradicted by the 13th model, now couldn't it? Damn, she twisted my question and used it against me. Touché, genius girl. Suddenly, I feel eyes on me. Some puffed-up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now. By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. Yeah? Do we read that? Refers to both Einstein's special theory of relativity, published in 1905, with its general theory of relativity being published in 1916, represented by the famous equation E equals mc squared. The special theory of relativity is defined by following the axioms. Objects cannot travel faster than the speed of light. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the passage of time approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the length approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the mass approaches infinity. The general theory of relativity, I lost my place, adds the following axioms. In the presence of a large gravitational field, the presence of time slows down. The passage of time slows down. In the presence of large gravitational fields, space curves. In the presence of large gravitational fields, mass increases. Sounds like a bunch of nerd shit. For example, let's say someone were to go to Haeundae Airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon arrival, that person would be about 1/100th million of a second further into the future than I am. What does that mean? According to the special theory of relativity, time moves slower for objects as they approach the speed of light. For example, if you could run at the near speed of light, you could reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. If you were to keep running at speed for 24 hours, 48 hours would elapse in the rest of the world, meaning you would jump one day in the future. Understand, Owen Kyomo? Why are you singling me out? I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makisa Kurisi wants to pick a fight. I wish he hadn't said that name in front of so many people. It's too great a risk to let others know my true name. Are you cozy over there, Cody? But that's not really time travel, is it? Now, a professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makisa Kurisu's example isn't strictly time travel per se. Maybe, just maybe? Should I try harder then? But I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience. Yes, you're right. The genius girl steadily concedes the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old girl, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. I'm 25 and I would be like, he'd be like, that's not exactly time travel per se, and be like, oh, well, it's like, never mind. And yet, Makisa Kurisu is giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I can take this guy on. He just starts sobbing. Then what about going to the past? Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky at night. You can see light from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you? That's not time travel either. This time, it's a nearby student who objects. Well, I was just getting started. Alright. Let her cook. Was it just me, or did Kurisu look a little nervous just now? Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people to time. What would we need? The best candidate for this are cosmic strings and wormholes. A cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass. A string-shaped crevice. That must be how they enter our universe. Do cosmic strings really exist? The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle, and at least as long as the diameter of a galaxy. So it's huge. It has immense mass, so it distorts space-time. If you were to travel through that distortion, you could make a full circle around the string mass in less than 360 degrees. In short, you can do something resembling a warp. This is called the space-time angular deficit. When you pass through the area of angular deficit, transit time becomes 0. Now, we apply this to a cosmic string moving at near light speed. According to the special theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to its surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit would cause the transit time to become negative instead of 0. In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit. If you use 2 cosmic strings, you can do a space deficit jump. If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the time you came, the same time you started revolving. And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstrings. Now then, you need 3 things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. First, the cosmic strings themselves, 2 strings to be exact. By the way, they're hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find. Second, you would need the energy required to make them move. To make them move at near light speed. How much energy do you, how much energy do you need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way to the end of to the speed of light? I'm sure it's a little more than 1.2 kilowatts. Also, if you attach two string to two cups, you can hear one cup when someone talks in the other cup. That's basically time travel. Yeah. This earns a few chuckles from the audience. Third, you need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning. With a time traveler alive, of course. What do you think, Colin-san? Care to take on the challenge of cosmic string time travel? Like that's even possible. Why the hell is you addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time. Looks like Cohen-san wasn't want to take the challenge. In that case, let's consider wormholes. They may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. By the way, Cohen-san, do you know what wormholes are? No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. It's like a shortcut through space, right? Yes, that's correct. I got it right. I sigh inwardly in relief. If you change clothes between sentences, of course. There are two wormholes joined by a tunnel. No matter how far away the wormholes are, transit time through the tunnel is 0. Oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnel suffers from supergravity and collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the effect of gravity. So-called exotic matter, a substance with negative mass which repulses other matter. Negative mass, huh? Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. I can't even imagine I can't even begin to imagine what that would look like. I assumed it was implied you had to do that. Of course. Of course, Mr. Manager. Risu raises her right fist. Say that the wormhole tunnel is being squished by an invisible fist. In order to pass through, you need something that could oppose my fist's grasping force, so I can't squish anymore. Risu opens her fist. If you stabilize the tunnel with exotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes becomes possible. To travel through time, however, takes a little more effort. For example, let's say there's a wormhole entrance here in Akihabara. The exit is in Los Angeles. First, we send the wormhole in LA all the way to the end of the universe at near the speed of light, and once it's there, we yank it back to LA. How? How? According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than the Akihabara hole. So now, if Hoenn-san jumped into the wormhole, jumped into the wormhole, he'd arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can't be called true time travel. It only seems that way. This is called the Hiroshima effect. Yeah? What is that? In special relativity, a phenomenon originating from the fact that time slows down as an object approaches the speed of light. For example, imagine that an astronaut travels to a nearby star and back close to the speed of light. The trip might take a few years from the astronaut's perspective, but he would return to Earth to find that thousands of years had passed in his absence. Ah. Interesting. The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through the wormhole once more, since true transit time is 0. Hoenn-san will return to Akihabara several years in the past, time travel complete. The prerequisites for wormhole travel are simpler than the ones for cosmic string travel. First, the wormhole itself. They may exist somewhere in the universe. Nobody has ever seen one. Second, the energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, has not been confirmed to exist. So implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of effort. Now, do you see what I meant when I said time travel is an absurd concept? Time travel theories are all just thought experiments. None of them can create a viable time machine. That is my answer. Isn't there anything simpler? Like something you can pull out of a drawer and just use or something? I'm afraid not. A firm declaration. This is the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years, though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. And that's because the fundamental problems concerning the principle of casualties have not yet been solved. A scientific and philosophical principle that states that every event has a cause, and it is by that cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physicists has observed microscale phenomenon that do not appear to obey the principle of causality. Very interesting. This is an educational stream. You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass? The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be the extra mass of the time machine and its pilot in the past. Except she's wrong and time travel is real. I remember reading a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. It didn't say what kind of danger, though. If you think that conservation of mass applies to macro systems like the universe, or a microsystem like atoms or elementary particles, you're mistaken. What? Is that true? She's laughing at my reaction, that little. Ugh, how mortifying. Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all. Something can come from nothing. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Then what is the problem? Why can't I go back in time to 2008 and buy a shit ton of Bitcoin? Why can't I do that? Be a millionaire. The time paradox of time paradoxes. Another word, the grandfather paradox. Oh, that thing where you kill your own grandsisters before you were born. As long as this paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never. What if you just don't kill them? You can't think of it like a sci-fi movie. It's not just about your family tree. There are far greater dangers than that. Really? Doesn't seem that dangerous. Any paradox, no matter how small, could cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence. Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not. Nothing that has even a 0.0000001% chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it. Won't you say this is the logical conclusion? Step on a butterfly in the past and VTubers are made? Yeah. Which butterfly? There may be loopholes like parallel worlds or the self-consistency principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept. I grind my teeth. Yeah, there's an ad, so I'm gonna take a quick break and stretch, and I'll be right back. Whoopsies. Muted. uh, it's not 4 a.m. It's 3 a.m. No, it's 1 a.m. over here. It's not even that late. When I see Makise Kurisu looking at me with her composed expression, I avert my eyes. It looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makise Kurisu truly is a genius. Yeah. 70-year-old book. That seems pretty interesting. Well, if the butterfly... Wait, the butterfly was going to die anyway, too. That's a huge plot hole. Like, the dinosaurs were gonna die. A butterfly would have died, too. That don't make no sense. Been building Gunpla with Prince? Nerd. I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the 2 time travel theories he introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. Oh. Well, how do you know that butterfly wasn't gonna die too? It's a butterfly. Butterflies don't live very long. They're very fragile insects. I don't know. Just saying. Oh no, yeah, this butterfly was supposed to die. Yeah, you died. It was like gonna die like 2 minutes, and you killed it 2 minutes earlier. Yeah, but I'm saying like the butterfly effects has its limits. And like I think about it, realistically, in the grand scheme of the universe, one person not existing probably wouldn't change much. How much more a butterfly? Like I don't think killing a butterfly millions of years ago is gonna affect that much. That's a bit of a stretch for me, Chief. She seemed the first butterfly. The butterfly also. Did butterflies even exist that long ago? Would have been like a proto butterfly or some shit. The first butterfly. There are many butterflies. Like they lay like a fuck ton of eggs. They also don't live very long. I don't know. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as he spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture that you wouldn't think was from an 18-year. It wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time phrasing. She did it well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makise Kurisu dead. Teddy is right, it is getting late. I should probably end stream. Oh. Soon. In a second. And yet she is still alive. My memories don't mess with reality. And not just about Kurisu. My conversations with Daru and Mayuri didn't make sense either. Everything would be solved if I just told myself what I saw was a dream. An illusion. It never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. Alright. Ah, should we after this scene? It seems like a pretty good place to stop. I wanted to end after the conference. It's more about the concept of something small happening to make a big change. Yeah, that is true. That's kind of the point of the butterfly effect. Alright, we're starting. Clean slate. Clean slate. Alright. Okay. It is quite late, so I'm gonna take my leave. Not that. This. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna do 2 streams tomorrow. We have the Peak collab, and then we're finishing up Persona 5. Not Persona 5, Persona 4. Which means we'll start Persona 5 next week. Next Saturday. Yes, it is Peak. It will be Peak. Yes, it'll be fun. Yeah. Yes, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Yes, I hope you guys have fun. We'll continue to be reading Steins Gate. And hopefully we will finish it sometime this year. Will Persona 5 make sense if you haven't seen anything before it? Yes. Because I played Persona 4 without playing any Persona game. And I understand it. Yeah, after Persona 4... Yeah, after Persona 4, we're gonna go right into Persona 5. I'm not sure what game we'll have for the Wednesday slot. I'll just look through my Steam library and like figure out what to stream, because like I'm trying not to buy any new games until I finish the ones that I have currently. So. Oh wait, Rain Code or I the Somnium File, whatever. I'll figure it out. Anyway. Yeah, I have too many games. But yes, I will see you all tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yes, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Bye-bye. Take care.